Arsenal Fan TV down here at the home of football, Arsenal Football Club, the Emirates Stadium, and I just wanted to do a video about Theo Walcott, who today, the 20th of January, is 10 years since Theo Walcott signed for Arsenal. Could you believe that? 10 years since Theo Walcott signed for Arsenal. And I found it incredible because, number one, you look at him, he still looks so very young. He's only 26. He signed for Arsenal when he was 16 years of age. And I remember when he signed, it was like, you know, he was like the hottest young prospect around, you know what I mean? And Arsenal pulled off a coup by bringing him to the club. People were saying he's going to be the next Thierry Henry. He's, you know, everyone was really, really excited because we'd signed Theo Walcott. And I thought, we've got to do a video on Theo. Has Theo fulfilled his potential at Arsenal in those 10 years? That's one question. Also, has Theo been really unlucky that because of injuries, he's been unable, possibly, to fulfill his potential? And that's something that I'm going to want you guys to leave in the comments below. Has he fulfilled his potential, or do you think he's still got time? He's only 26, as I said. He's still got time to become an Arsenal great and fulfill his potential. But 10 years. Let's take a look at some of the facts to do with Theo Walcott's 10 years at Arsenal. First of all, Theo Walcott has made 326 appearances for Arsenal Football Club. And you think of it and you look at it, you think in 10 years, you would have expected him probably to have made more appearances. Obviously, when he first came in at 16 years of age, he had to work his way into the team because, you know, he had guys like Thierry Henry here, he had a lot of great players here, and he had to earn and work his way into the team. But 326 appearances in 10 years, you would have thought to yourself, Theo should have made many, many more appearances. And one of the reasons why he hasn't made more appearances has been injuries. Yes, that age-old problem at Arsenal, injuries, and Theo Walcott has been one of the most injured players at Arsenal. He scored 81 goals in his time at Arsenal, so that's not bad. 326 games, 81 goals. He hasn't really played as a striker, which has been his preferred position, the position that he really wants to make his own. He's played nearly all of his career playing out on the flanks. And for a player playing out on the flanks, scoring 81 goals in 326 appearances, you've got to say that's not bad. That's not a bad record. I mean, that equates to an average of 1 goal every 4 games. And for a player who plays on the wings, that is not bad. But should Theo Walcott be playing as an out-and-out striker? That is another question. Are we getting the best out of him, playing him on the flanks, or should we be using him and using his pace in behind? I remember years ago we played Barcelona, and Barcelona, Iniesta, Xavi, all those guys, when they were asked which player do you fear the most at Arsenal Football Club, they all said, Messi included, they all said Theo Walcott. We're scared to death of his pace, and if he gets in behind, he will absolutely destroy you. And they were really, really scared of him. But have we utilised that to the best of its ability? In the FA Cup last year, we went with him up front on his own. He was brilliant. He tore Aston Villa apart, scored the opening goal. Then at the start of this season, we started deploying him that way. He was doing really, really well. Again, dangerous weapon in behind. Then, injured. The age-old problem with Theo. Let's look at the injuries. Now listen, he's made an average of 32.6 appearances each season. And when you consider that normally you play around about 50 games a season, that's not great, is it? An average of just over, 32.6 games a season, that's not enough games for a player of Theo Walcott, who you consider, if he's fit, would be starting almost every game. And that also equates to the fact that he's only played for roughly, we worked it out, roughly about 65% of his career he's spent playing for Arsenal. So in that 10 years, 65% of the time he's been playing for Arsenal. The other 35% he's been injured or been on the bench or hasn't played. And then you also got to think to yourself, when you think about that 65%, because he's been injured so many times, he's probably spent a good percentage of that time returning back into the team. So get a lengthy injury, come back, coming off of the substitutes bench, easing your way back in, but not really being able to make that impact like a player that's playing week in, week out and isn't injured. So again, that's something that has really affected his career. As we was talking just a minute ago, what is Theo's best position? That again is a question that I want to ask you guys. Is it playing on the flanks or is it playing down the middle? To me, down the flanks, Theo's effective if you can get the ball in behind, because he's not the sort of player that's got loads of tricks. He's going to take on a player, go past them, and he's more the sort of player that you put the ball in behind, ask Theo to run into it, he's dangerous. He's a good finisher, so he can play as a striker. But what is his best position? What do you guys feel is his best position? Leave it in the comments below and let me know. So that's it in a nutshell. 10 years at Arsenal. He's 26 years of age. We recently signed him to a new contract, so he's got a chance, especially this season, to win himself a title. He's already won an FA Cup. This is his time now. This is the time when Theo, you know, we can't look on him as a youngster anymore, even though he looks young, but he's not a youngster anymore. This is Theo Walcott's time to shine. This is his time. Let's hope he can stay off the injury table and really perform for Arsenal and give us at least the next 4 years. Let's see the very, very best of Theo Walcott, because I'm convinced, I'm a Theo fan, and I'm convinced that the very best of Theo Walcott is one of the best players in the Premier League. What do you think? Congratulations, Theo Walcott, 10 years at Arsenal, but now this is your time to shine. 2002 when we beat Chelsea. 2005 when we beat Man United. I remember that game on penalties. And then you get to 2015, the FA Cup, the only team to win 12 FA Cups, yet another record unique to Arsenal. And you can come here, you can get a picture with it.